Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills, this is Kevin McNew. Today is the 27th here, it's a Tuesday, and we had soybeans moving lower here after yesterday having a nice little 11-cent bounce. Let's turn over to the iPad. This is a grain hedge trading platform that you guys can get on your own tablet or on your own iPad or even mobile phone. And let's just see where we closed off the day. Corn trading down 3 cents, soybeans down 9 3/4 cents, and wheat in Chicago trading off 1.50 cents. Kevin, soybeans moving lower here. What's the reason?
Yeah, really, Cody, it's a continuation of the theme, which is we saw another day of cancellations of soybeans, which started the morning on sort of a negative tone. We did see the return of another purchase of soybeans by unknown destinations, likely China. But overall, the market is continuing to sort of look for more cancellations of soybeans, and we're starting to turn our attention a little more to South America, which is starting to see some harvest activity.
Absolutely, and that first harvest activity actually today is a pretty big day. First vessel loaded in the port of Paranagua. We also had beans moving finally to crushing facilities, so it seems to be marking really the start of this harvest season down in South America, and that's going to be important. Now, this is not all rosy here. It's not all very positive news, because after the market closed, we saw information that a key waterway in Brazil is actually going to be closed for moving grain downriver simply because the draft is so low. They can't be moving grain down the river. This is a key waterway, so this is going to be important because number one, we know that the dryness in Brazil postponed planting season earlier on in the season. A lot of the grain went into the ground at the same time. That means a lot's going to be coming out at the same time. When you have these sort of additional logistics problems, I think it increases the probability that we may see some support in the U.S. markets here as we get congestion down there when it comes to moving grain out of the field into export facilities.
Right, and in the cash market locally, we are starting to see a little bit of a movement from some of the soybean crushing plants. You know, we've talked about that in the past where they've been pretty flatlined, but I think with the sell-off in the futures market and maybe the prospect of a delayed harvest for South America, I think some of these crushers are going to have to get a little more responsive to their cash needs. And we're starting to see the impetus of that in the cash market, with basis starting to firm not only a little bit for spot delivery, but out into May, June, July, that window too, where they may find themselves a little short of beans if they don't get some coverage.
Well, that sounds fair enough. So guys, pay attention, make sure, I think some of the key items that we're going to want to continue to monitor on those news wires is any additional cancellations for soybeans, but we're going to also want to continue to watch for export sales, because if we do get continued congestion and transportation logistics problems out of South America, we may see additional export sales pushed onto the U.S. books, even more than we already have, and we're already well ahead of pace here. But other than that, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call. The number is 877-472-4607. We'll see you here Wednesday for the EIA ethanol production numbers.